Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
We covered the controversial story coming out of the Vatican when the Pope first told his people to start blessing same-sex relationships, and then the bishops in Africa refusing to do so, and then now after the back and forth, the backlash, and the African bishops actually refusing to accept this, the Pope said Africans are a special case. Pope Francis said in an interview that Africans were a special case in the opposition of bishops and many other people in the continent to homosexuality. But he said he was confident that except for Africans, critics of his decision to allow blessings for same-sex couples would eventually understand it. And he went on to say, Africans, it's because of their culture and they're not open to it, but basically insinuated that sooner or later they will accept it as well. But I don't think the African bishops quite agree, not just the bishops, but the community here in Africa, majority of them, they don't agree, especially the faith that he is leading, which is Catholic. Let me show you this clip of African bishops refusing to accept this decision by the Pope. African Catholic bishops are rejecting the Pope's stance when it comes to same-sex relationships. The pushback against Pope Francis has been extraordinary. Some Catholic bishops in Africa and Poland say they will not implement the new Vatican policy allowing blessings for same-sex couples. Bishops from Nigeria, bishops from Kenya, Ghana, Mali spoke out, and they said that they are not going to be implementing that in their countries, even though the Pope said they can give blessings to same-sex couples. According to Africa News, the reaction showed how polarizing the issue remains and how France's decade-long effort to make the church a more welcoming place for the LGBTQ community continues to spark resistance among traditionalist and conservative Catholic leaders. Some of the strongest responses came from bishops in Africa, home to 265 million Catholics, or nearly a quarter of the world's 1.3 billion Catholics. Many of those Catholics live in their church, operate in societies where same-sex relationship is condemned and outlawed. This puts the bishops in a tough position because that is basically going against their boss, right? Even though their boss should not be that, and it's the faith, but there's hierarchy in every organization, even in religious groups. And so this is going to bring some kind of issue. And even the bishops were talking about how this is going to confuse their flocks, which is the people that follow the religion, and it is sending a different message than what they were sending up until this point. I'm wondering what he meant by Africa is a special case. Well, he said that he meant to say culture, but culturally, I thought it's everywhere. Even in the US, it's just recently that they've accepted same-sex marriage, right? So I don't understand what he meant by Africa is a special case, but regardless, Africans said no, and the bishops that are serving in the church also refused to accept it. So we shall see what's going to happen in the near future, because there's definitely pressure, there's definitely a pushback coming from the West, and a lot of African leaders and African spiritual leaders are put in a tough spot, and we will see if they're going to crumble or if they're going to stand up and say no. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what the Pope said about Africans. I am Wongel Zelalem.